Hello, I am Viola, and we're having a little glitchy audio, but
seems to be going okay now.
I'm Viola,
I'm Drum.
and this is She Don't Play. I was going to start with ants, but you said maybe some people would have a trigger with that.
I don't know. Maybe those people are me.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. Don't have a trigger for ants. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm good too. Just had a nice gaming session upstairs.
How's your butt?
My butt is nice and stingy. I like it. Yes. We do things here at She Don't Play that we'd rather not talk about. Right? I guess I'd rather.
I guess you'd rather not talk about.
No, I'm okay. Maybe.
Bats. Holy bats, man.
Oh, they're keys. Look at they're clearly keys.
What?
That's the Hyrule name for them. But that's nerd shit. So who cares? I had a friend over, as I mentioned in the last somewhat depressing, stressful Halloween episode we did. Hope everyone had a happy Halloween. This should be posted.
We're recording before Halloween, but...
We're recording before Halloween, but this should be out after Halloween.
So I hope you enjoyed our Halloween. It wasn't that all that scary.
Yes.
I mean, the impaling was a nice touch.
Yeah. I invited my friend Vlad. We had a nice time. But I had a friend come over, Matt, and he walked in. And the way our place is set up, we got like a office where Miss Viola sits in the biggest, comfiest chair in the room and does her thing. And my friend Matt came over, and kind of on instinct, he started to sit in your chair. I said, "Don't sit there." And he's like, "Why not?" And I didn't know how to say it, so I just said, "That's the throne." I thought you'd like that.
Yes, nobody sits in my chair.
Yes.
Nobody.
Yeah. And
what did he say to that?
he's like, "Oh, okay." And he sat in the chair I'm sitting in. Yes. And also, we complained about a coworker named, and we got a new coworker who's a bit of a pothead, I guess, because Matt was trying to have a conversation with him and about some books that he was reading, and he said it kind of became clear that he wasn't that much of a reader. And then like there was kind of a lull in the conversation, and then this guy was like, "So when was the first time you smoked weed?" He had to talk about something that he knew about. And Matt was like, "I stopped at 18." So yeah. And then I don't know, this guy is funny. He's like, they were talking about favorite shows, and he's like, "Oh, I just love The Office so much."
Oh boy, yeah.
It's like, I can't think of anyone who is enthusiastic about The Office. Although I'm somewhat enthusiastic about Parks and Rec. It's a good show. Did you see what I just did there?
I've never seen Parks and Rec.
It's good.
You went in, you went out, you went back in.
Well, there was a monster here, and he's like, "Grumble, grumble," and you're like, "What the fuck does that mean?" And then I got food earlier. It's gone now, but he wanted food. That's the only way he'd let me pass. If I Uber Eats'd him. Yep, this is Zelda. Look at that map. It's like a little monster face.
Uber's become like Xerox was in the 80s. Like when you say you're going to Xerox.
Kleenex.
Yeah, Kleenex.
Yeah. Or I prefer Lyft, personally. But
what are you reading?
what am I reading?
Besides Jules Verne here that you always use as a mouse pad.
One day I'm going to actually read this Jules Verne. It's kind of like the book that Desmond in Lost doesn't want to read until he's about to die. It's Our Mutual Friend by Charles Dickens. But anyway, I'm reading...
You are a lost geek.
I do love that show. Unironically.
What are the numbers?
4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42. Yes. And,
Wow.
Yeah. And it's funny that
It's funny you can remember that, but you can't remember my special number.
it's 2248, and then there are 4 other numbers I can't think of right now. I got the first. I got the first 4 right. Yeah. Okay, I have it written down somewhere. Oh, we're off the grid. Ooh. Dope. Anyway, okay. Let's see, hold on. Oh shit, these guys.
So what are you reading?
Yes, that is what you asked me.
That's like my version of what are you wearing?
Have you seen any good movies lately?
No, it's my version of what are you wearing. It's like, how sexy are you? What are you reading?
Well, I'm reading that Maharishi book you lent me.
Mm-hmm.
But
the interpretation of the Gita, yes?
Yes. And I'm 140 pages into it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's alright. And I'm reading, I quote unquote read a lot of audiobooks. I listen to the Bible up to Jesus.
Up to Jesus? You listen to the Bible up to Jesus. So you got the Old Testament covered.
Yeah. Ezra Nehemiah, which is, I don't know, the Bible is very strange. Let me talk about the Bible for a minute, folks. There's this part in it, I think I told you off camera, but there's this really weird part, like, a lot of it's kind of a montage of all the different wars and battles the Israelites are going through. But there's a sequence, like in the middle of all this battle talk, this woman comes up to the king of Israel and is like, I gotta complain about my neighbor. We had an agreement that we'd eat my son yesterday, and then we'd eat her son today, and she's not holding up her end of the bargain. So it's like a weird, like, cannibal.
It seems like
thing.
a mistranslation. Like it could be like her goat or something.
No, I think it's her son.
Really? There's talk of cannibalism?
Because the king's reaction is like, holy shit, y'all are fucked up, which I don't think he'd say he doesn't say exactly that, but.
You sure it wasn't like kid, like
a goat kid?
Like a goat?
No, I think specifically it's her son.
Wow.
Yeah. And speaking of people using children as weird bargaining chips, Solomon, the wise, air quotes.
Air quotes.
That scene in the Bible where he's it's these 2 women and they're trying to decide whose baby it is.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know this story?
Yeah.
So the so one baby.
I used to know the name of the woman too.
Oh, really? Yeah. It's like to kind of cut to the chase. He's like, well, why don't we divide the kid up in half, and you get one half and the other.
And the real mother's like,
the
no.
real mother's horrified because that's stupid.
You're gonna cut my child in half? I can't believe that the fake mother wasn't also horrified. But
Well, the fake mother is like, okay, which doesn't mean anything. It just means she's stupid. It just like she could be stupid and that kid's mom.
Right.
It's
Right. Like that could be the actual mom and the kid's getting off easy because the adopted mom is much better.
And that's what I think maybe the point is. Like Solomon is saying, well, this kid's going to be better off with this mom. It's very strange. Bible is very strange.
Solomon. So tell me about there's 7.
That is not in the version of the Bible that I read.
The 7 women from hell.
Yeah.
The 7 spirits from hell.
I think that's some Apocrypha.
Apocrypha.
Yeah, do you know about the Apocrypha? It's just basically books in the Bible that aren't officially part of the Bible. They're either fan fiction or like they're
fan fiction.
They're like the director's cut. Yeah.
Well, I know there were a lot of books that the church cut out.
Yes, and one of them was
the Apocrypha.
The whatever the shit. I ran out of bombs. They gave me more bombs and then I ran out of bombs. Excuse me a moment, folks.
Okay, so there are a lot of stories of Solomon that aren't in the Bible?
There's a lot of stories that about the Bible that aren't in the Bible, such as
God is against homosexuals. That's not in the Bible.
No, that's definitely in the Bible.
No, it's a mistranslation.
But it says like a man isn't supposed
They
to
actually
lay with another man.
Okay, but they didn't.
But because the early books in the Bible are all about like, all right, y'all need to calm down about your weird sex stuff because of Sodom and Gomorrah and Babylon and all that shit. So, and it's funny because like I found this one YouTube channel called The Bible Project. Not to plug Christian YouTube channels, but it's been really interesting because whoever runs that channel is like a super expert on the Bible.
I read something recently that it was not until the 1940s that any mention of homosexuality was in the Bible.
Well, yeah, because gay people didn't exist until 1946. I'm joking.
So is that true? There was no mention of homosexuality in the Bible until the 40s?
Well, okay, so all I know is... Oh, Jesus Christ.
I mean, there was mentions of pedophilia in that. That's bad.
Yeah. There's a part in Leviticus where it says man should not lay with another man. And there's a part in some other book that I can't think of right now where...
Is that for real?
Yeah. They talk, I think, they talk about onanism. Although I should say the problem with having a show where all your thoughts are recorded is that you occasionally say stupid shit and it's recorded. For example, I said that Medusa had willing sex in the temple of...
No, she didn't.
No, she did not. She was
raped.
raped by...
I've been saying this. She was raped.
No, I know. I agree. Yeah, I just wasn't sure when we talked about it because it wasn't in the movie. but I did a little more research, come to realize that yes, she's a rape victim. And the weird part is that Athena was like, "No, you had sex in my temple," and like cursed her.
That's another thing that I'm up for debate because I think Athena was protecting her. You could she could then turn men to stone after that.
But but not like that's not. It's not like the X-Men where she like has that power and it's like awesome for her. She's like cursed and she lives by herself and no one wants to be around her and and Athena says like, you know, you were way too proud in your beauty and It's like this weird like victim blamey kind of passage. Right. Anyway,
But you could see it as a benefit as well. She wouldn't be raped anymore because she had snakes on her head and she can turn you to stone, man. She's badass now.
If she could control that power like an X-Man, that would be awesome. But I don't think she could. That's why she ended up getting decapitated by Perseus, that douchebag.
What is that statue they've put up in New York now of Medusa? She has the head of Perseus.
I thought that wasn't real. It was just like a concept that someone had. I could be wrong about that.
I thought they actually put it up.
I did see it, and it is awesome.
In front of what was the building they put it in front of?
The sitting and counting building? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
I'll have to look that up. The Medusa statue. Let me look it up. Can I look it up? I'm going to look it up.
Okay.
I'm going to look up Medusa, New York City statue.
I probably said some other stupid shit in a bunch of other episodes. But yeah, how's it going?
I've probably said some stupid shit too.
Oh yeah? No, everything you say is brilliant. Because you're brilliant, and I love you.
Okay, so yes, it is a Medusa statue.
Uh-huh. And by the way, very dangerous, because even the petrified head of Medusa can turn you into stone. So I don't know what they're thinking there.
Okay, how Medusa sculpture from a decade ago became Me Too art.
I'm gonna have to exit and come back.
Artist Luciano Garbati made his sculpture of Medusa holding Perseus' severed head.
Hell yeah.
An inversion of the centuries-old myth.
Mm-hmm.
Feminism was not what he had in mind when he made this. He wasn't thinking of the Me Too movement, Mr. Gabatti had created the work in 2008, nearly a decade before the movement went mainstream. Mr. Gabatti, an Argentine artist with Italian roots, was inspired by 16th century bronze.
16th century bronze.
Venuto Cellini's Perseus with the Head of Medusa. In that work, a nude Perseus holds up Medusa's head by her snaky mane. Mr. Gabatti conceived of a sculpture that could reverse that story, imagining it from Medusa's perspective and revealing the woman behind the monster.
And here's what the sculpture looks like. Bam!
Bam.
I just put it up. Bam! Pretty hot. The Medusa has a nice butt. But yeah, I've always been fascinated by
Across the street
that
from the
myth.
criminal courthouse on Center
Nice.
Street.
Maybe it represents justice or some shit.
That's great.
Yeah.
Icon of justice, noting that the towering, nearly 7-foot-tall Medusa stood across from the building where men accused of sexual assault during the Me Too movement were prosecuted, including Harvey Weinstein.
Fuck that guy.
That's perfect.
Yeah. That's
Put Medusa there holding Perseus's head, and then we can take down Harvey. See, you know what? There's something to symbology. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
symbolic magic.
I was talking with Matt about like what we believe in, and I think if other than like the universe and science and goddess worship, the only thing I really am certain about is metaphor. I think metaphor is extremely powerful, and thus
Symbiotic magic.
check it out. I can flame away and go nuts with this fire magic here. What'd you semiotic magic? Yes.
Symbiotic magic.
Symbiotic magic. Yes, that too. Yep. I am sick of this dungeon already. What's over here? Oh my god. Let's see.
Let's rewrite mythology so all rapists are killed.
Well, some rapists get killed.
Not fucking Zeus.
Wouldn't it, if we play the God of War video games at the end of the third one, you kill Zeus? Except those games are kind of stupid.
Oh. You kill Zeus? Oh,
Yeah.
That's decent.
Yeah. You, in fact, you stick your thumbs in.
Up his ass? No.
No, you stick your thumbs in Poseidon's eyeballs.
Oh.
I saw a clip from it, and I'm like, holy fuck. Yeah, it's funny because like all the heavy hitters of Greek myth appear in that game, and you kill them one by one. You murder them all. And some of their deaths are quite sad. But maybe we'll play those games. Maybe we won't. They're kind of interesting
I want to
historically.
play the game that represents DID, like that has the dissociative voices and has dissociation and voices and stuff.
There's a secret in the tip of my dick. Yeah.
The nose.
We did that joke already.
Yes, we did that joke.
Yeah, and here's another joke we did. Yeah, I think it's called Margaret's. It's like it's like Sunshine Margaret's Diner or something like that. Sensua's Hidden Sacrifice. What is that game called? It's something like that.
Something sacrifice.
Yeah, I know that. Yes, and I also want to play Ancestors with you, the game where you evolve from an ape into a man.
What, the game where we find out that we're actually related?
That we're yeah. Incest. And then I kind of wanted to like.
That's a joke because we actually thought we might have been from.
Because your fam. Did we talk about how? Did your family come from Kentucky too? Cause
no.
I did. Okay. My family came from Kentucky, and we fought on both sides of the Civil War.
Really?
Brother against brother. Yep. You sure did. And
some people are still waving their participation trophy.
I did see some memes not too long ago that was like the South, the Confederate States of America lasted about as long as Star Trek Deep Space Nine, so maybe that's a part of my culture. Yeah.
And actually, the Confederate flag is not actually the Confederate flag.
I know. Yeah, that goes way back. I think it was like the flag of the Confederate Navy or something.
It was some specific battle flag.
Yeah. Yes. I've done this.
One of their flags was like a white flag, which is
Very
very apropos.
Yes.
Yes, we're making fun of you, the South.
Speaking of speaking of political stuff, that will turn most of our audience off. You came up with a game where you hunt billionaires.
Oh yes, I would like to make a game. Somebody do this with me, please. Where the object is to find and hunt the billionaires, not millionaires, billionaires.
I said billionaires.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you said millionaires. Yeah, these days millionaires, well, whatever. There's a lot of them. But the billionaires, and the higher the value of the billionaire, the more points you get, and you have to, the more brutally.
Whoa, sorry.
You torture and kill them.
God.
The more points, the more money you get.
The more money you get.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that sounds crazy. Sounds like The Running Man.
Does it? Is that what is The Running Man?
It's kind of like I've been watching a lot of 80s action films because I love them. Excuse me. And
You got the COVID.
yeah, The Running Man is a Schwarzenegger movie that's based on a Stephen King story, but it's kind of like a precursor to reality television, and it's like condemned criminals fight in these battle arena Toshinden style things, and I forget what my point was. Oh, and at the end the rich assholes die, and shit, I fucked this up. Yeah, good times. Oh yeah, nice. These grabby hand guys are obnoxious.
I was gonna say something, but I forgot.
Okay, well, that's good. I'm very sweaty. I can feel the sweat.
But the point is, like, if you take the money and you become a billionaire, then you're hunted. So you have to actually get rid of the money once you have it. So that's not just the end of the game. You don't just kill the billionaire and you win. You get all the money, and then you have to figure out what to do with the money so that you're not a billionaire that gets hunted.
This reminds me a little bit of you ever watched the show Spaced?
Mm-mm.
The guy who made Shaun of the Dead.
Series 6. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Series 6.
Anyway, go.
Okay. There's a joke in the. God damn it! I need bombs. There's a joke in the show where, this socialist trains his dog to kill or to hunt rich people, and he plays the lottery every day. And there's a scene where he wins the lottery and his dog immediately attacks him.
Oh no.
It's pretty funny. Anyway, Series 6. That's a good movie.
Yeah, Series 6 was this really good film that came out right around 9/11.
Yeah.
And so people forgot about it because they were all freaked out.
And it stars the lady who was in the pit in Silence of the Lambs. She got the hose again. That's the main character in Series 6.
Cool.
Yes, her main
She's
actress.
pregnant.
Yeah, pregnant heroes. Her and Margie.
Her and her ex-gay boyfriend.
That's right. It's been so long. Hey, did you ever see Battle Royale?
Mm-mm.
Oh, we should watch that. I think you'd like that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Series 6 was about a sort of a lottery, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you got picked, and you had to kill everybody else that got picked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the Hunger Games kind of ripped off Battle Royale, which is kind of this Japanese manga that they turned into a movie. And it's about teenagers who kill each other on an island, which I am a fan of. I'm a fan of mysterious islands with a bunch of weird shit in it. Hence,
So there's an argument about Lord of the Flies that only the uptight anal British would come up with something like that. Because actually kids, if they were left alone, would actually probably cooperate.
Yeah, probably. I hope. At least if they were raised in an uptight British society.
Yeah, unless they had corn cobs up their asses.
Yeah. What? Beg pardon? Excuse me? Baking powder?
This assumption that humans are inherently bad, or inherently competitive, or inherently greedy, is actually a falsehood.
You think so?
I think so.
You don't think life is nasty, brutish, and short?
I think as long as you have enough resources to go around, people will cooperate and get along and be happy.
Get the fuck out of here. I'm just kidding.
I think that's what's caused our entire species to survive this long.
Yeah. Cooperation. Yeah.
It's when you invent scarcity. When you manufacture scarcity is when people stop getting along. And you manufacture scarcity by giving all the resources to a few and keeping them away from the many.
Sponsored by ALF.
Sponsored by Karl Marx.
Can I get more bombs, or is that
What's ALF?
Animal Liberation Front? That's they were the young people in that movie that made your daughter cry.
Oh, Oja. Oja.
Yes. Great movie, by the way.
Yes, very good movie.
That director's fantastic.
Did he do the train movie too? Snowpiercer?
Yeah, he did Snowpiercer and he did Parasite. And let's see, those are the only movies of his that I've seen. But they're very good.
Platform, was that him?
No, that was, I think that's some Eastern European guy.
Similar feel to it. Have y'all seen The Platform? That's pretty intense.
Yeah, it was on Netflix.
I don't like the ending.
You didn't like the ending?
No, I thought it was a little loose-endy.
Loosey-goosey? It did kind of leave you with a feeling. We watch some movies that leave you with a feeling.
I think a lot about Jessica Forever.
I know. Yeah, we watched that on Shudder. Yes.
That was a great movie.
It's very, very French.
I was saying Jim Jarmusch is the only French director that's American.
Yeah.
He's definitely
Did you see Down by Law? Oh, it's like, I think it's like the first movie he made that like really became a success. That, but takes place in New Orleans in the 80s. It was filmed in the 80s, and it stars Tom Waits.
Oh, really?
And Roberto Benigni.
I've never seen them.
And some other guy. And yeah, that might be my favorite Jarmusch movie. That and Dead Man.
Is Dead Man the one about the ninja?
The ninja? No, it's
the Black Ninja. He made a movie about a black ninja, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, that's Ghost Dog Way of the Samurai. I forgot he made that movie. That's a fun movie. Yeah, that was like when Wu-Tang Clan was at the height of their popularity. And actually RZA makes a cameo appearance in that. Yeah, God, I haven't thought about it.
So not a ninja, he's a samurai.
He's a samurai. He's a samurai of the streets in modern times. And yeah, that's one of my favorite assassination scenes in a movie. And yeah, God, Ghost Dog. I saw that movie in high school, and I made my friends watch it. It's one of those movies where you make your friends watch it, and they liked it. Because I have cool friends for the most part.
You have some cool college friends too. Filmmaking friends.
Yeah. Got some cool grad school friends.
Filmmaking friends.
Cool Boulder, Colorado friends for the most part. I mean, undisclosed location, Colorado.
Undisclosed Colorado location.
I don't think people care at this point.
So they had to evacuate Estes Park.
Yeah.
And they had to. People couldn't get horse trailers in time to get their horses out.
Oh shit!
So they just opened the corrals and they marked their hooves and their painted on their fur with their phone numbers in case they're found. They just let them loose.
That's crazy.
So they could get away.
Wow. Shit! If I fuck this up again, I'm gonna be upset.
I mean that's sad. There's some wild horses out there now. with numbers painted on them.
Cool.
But they need a home.
They do need a home, so call your senator.
No, if you see horses with numbers on them, call the numbers on them.
Oh.
Because that's the people's phone number.
That'd be strange if you saw, like, horses walking down the street with numbers on them.
Mm-hmm. That's a scene out of a movie.
Yeah, that is a scene out of a movie. But what movie?
Whatever. There's some films I've seen that, like, they go nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, huh, that's kind of a good... There's some good scenes.
Yeah. Like what?
I forget. There's one with a... No, that was one I made in my head.
What?
I saw this woman in New Orleans. There was speaking of horses, there were some police horses behind this fence. And sitting on the little ledge by the fence was this woman in a long white gown. And she looked very distraught in front of these horses. And I was like, this is like a scene out of a movie. So it was just in my head. I don't know the difference sometimes. I make movies in my head. I make movie scenes in my head.
Yeah.
And then I think, what was that movie I saw?
And then it was just something that you thought of.
Something in my head.
In your brain.
There is a movie that I've seen that I am dying to find. I rented it from a little tape rental store called Tivoli.
Tivoli?
In Kansas City.
Okay.
And it was a collection of shorts, just artsy shorts.
It's the artsy-fartsy.
It's artsy-fartsy shorts. It was like one of those bootleg things. Like it wasn't even official. And there was a man, and he walks through the forest, and he digs a hole, and then he fucks the hole.
Wait a minute. I wrote a song about this.
Well, come to find out, this is actually a practice.
Yeah. I mean it. When I was in a band in Chicago, Flash Gorgeous, we wrote a song called "Fuck Hole," and it was about that very act, digging a hole in the ground and fucking it.
Well, apparently this is an actual spiritual practice.
I know.
You do? How did you know?
How did I know?
Mm-hmm.
Lucky guess. I mean, how is that not spiritual?
You've never actually.
You're fucking the earth. How spiritual can you get? Sorry. No, I didn't know per se.
You didn't know, you didn't read an article in it or something. You just guessed.
Was that all that part of the level was? Just that? Ugh. I hate this game.
You do? Why do you wear the t-shirts all the time?
No, I don't. First of all, I only own 4 pairs of t-shirts, so. Secondly.
Pairs of t-shirts? 4 pairs. That's 8 t-shirts.
4 pairs of shirt. I think I'm thinking pairs of pants.
But 2 of them are Zelda.
Yeah. What's your point?
You must
no,
like this game.
I just have the one Zelda shirt. Yes.
Are you certain about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one with the Triforce on it, and I got the. I'm just kidding. I just have the one with the Triforce on it. The Triforce, as I call it. Yeah, whatever. I know we've been playing this level for a long time, but damn it.
34 minutes.
Okay, we're going to rock this town, rock it inside out. I have a least favorite song.
Amadeus.
This asshole again. Oh, I did that.
What's your least favorite song?
Well, it's a song that we play at work all the time, and it's the one that goes, all she wants to do is dance. And every time it comes on, I want to stab myself in the eye with a pen.
You know what I miss?
What do you miss?
Dear Commissar.
The commissar's in town. Uh-oh. Don't turn around. Uh-oh. I might have messed that up.
Der Kommissar.
I guess that's a good place to end this.
Alles klar, der Kommissar.
I guess that's a good time to end the episode with
Okay.
Der Kommissar. Sorry that took so long. It took forever to be that
By the
long.
way, the original video for tacos, putting on the Ritz,
Mhm.
has a lot of blackface,
Really?
and they
You know-
had to censor it.
I have a favorite. I have one of my favorite songs of all time,
Mm-hmm.
by one of my favorite bands of all time.
Mm.
Has a music video of one of their best songs. It's like one of the characters is blackface for no reason,
Mm.
and it's very strange because it was like the early aughts.
Mm-hmm.
It's like no excuse.
Well, I think they were trying to make it look 1920s cartoonish.
Okay, well, like kind of like a Forbidden Zone kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
pretty bad. It's
pretty
like
bad.
unnecessary.
It's morally questionable, we'll
Yeah.
say. I mean,
But
you can,
I mean,
you can
they
do
they
whatever
knew
the fuck
this
you want,
even
but
they knew this even back then, and they censored it for the American version.
we should end the episode right now.
Okay.
Okay, I love you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm not apologizing.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I'm sorry. He said I'm sorry.
I'm just saying. Okay. Let's
Okay.
go.
I love you.
Love you.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Subscribe.
Boop.
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 Boop.